PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Ryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana on MLK Day. We are doing the PWCC weekly auction number 104 recap. We're only going to do 48 cards today because I got a lot of content to get out. And believe it or not, I got a little bit of work to do as well. I know a lot of people are off on MLK Day. I came in here to produce this fun video for you guys to keep you posted on the ongoings in the hobby, specifically basketball cards, specifically last night's PWCC weekly auction results. Let's not waste any time. Let's get cranking over here. And don't forget, by the way, on MLK Day, one of the best things about it is that we got NBA games that start at noon today. So at noon, NBA games are starting. If you are off and you can get some wings and beer, or wings and some soda, as they say in the north, or some drinks, some cold drinks, as they say in the south. In the north, they call them soda or pop. In the south, we call them cold drinks. I don't, because I'm sort of not really from the south, but that's what they call them down here, cold drinks. Of course, I'm referring to Coke and Sprite. I am digressing a little bit. Let's get cranking. Card number 48 on our list is a card that you can see. Sorry, Cajun, you suck. Once again, you chose a card that's going to run up in price, and so you lose this item. The 1997 Topps Chrome Season's Best Refractor, Michael Jordan, 9.5. We've got it pulled up in Card Ladder. It sold for $14.40 with the buyer's premium. And look at this graph, y'all. Over the last year, this card was consistently a three-figure card, selling 3 times in a row for $935, $865 and $910. It jumped a little bit over 1,000, then came all the way back under 4 figures to $930 last sale about a month ago. And then last night on January 14th, the damn thing, the one that I'm actually bidding on, sells for $1,440. I have no idea. I tell you right now, I think I bid right a little over 1,000, maybe even. I thought I was going to be pretty aggressive and try to pick this card up. It was on a downward trend. No, sir, no can do. Complete denial. The card goes for $1,440, which is a pretty big ass sale last night for this. It is a quad gem, so that's something always to keep in mind when you're looking at BGS 9.5s. We got some creepy looking Panini Instant thing, which I never understand. Whenever I see the word instant in a card, I ignore it and move on. I'm going to do the same thing here. 1996 Skybox Premium New Editions. By the way, if you're not old enough to remember the band New Edition, it was obviously comprised of many of the greatest R&B and pop singers of all time, but New Edition was a great band. Go listen to some of their stuff on Spotify or Pandora or whatever your music platform du jour is. This Skybox Premium New Editions Kobe is a BGS 9.5, another quad gem. Sells for $1,470. It sort of looks like a Game Boy, right? The card looks like a Game Boy, and I don't know if you can tell, but it is die cut. This Kobe makes a huge sale last night. Last one sold for $700. This one doubles up. Sells for $1,470. A rare card and rare in gem. It's been graded less than 1,000 times between the two big twos, and the gem rate is single-digit pop for both. Again, it's all green everywhere, dark stuff, and so it's just tough to grade. The back, I know, has chipping issues. This BGS 9 does $1,470. It's about, what is that? Less than 1/3 of a PSA 10 and 2/3 the pop of a PSA 10. Interesting there. Maybe some math nerds can decipher that and make some moves on that card, but humongous sale for that card last night. More than 100% up from the last comp. Next row, we got a Josh Giddey, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Kitty for various reasons. 2021 Panini Flawless Giddey Rookie Patch Auto, 1 out of 10, $1,500. Comment below. Let me know if you give a damn if a card is serial numbered 1 out of 10 compared to 2 out of 10. Let's throw jersey number out of it. Let's say it's not a jersey number, right? Obviously, he's jersey number 3 on this picture, but let's just throw that out. Do you care if it's the number 1 in a print run or number 2 or 3 in a print run? Do you care at all? Would you pay any premium whatsoever to have it as card number 1 out of whatever, a $199? It doesn't matter. I'm just curious because I don't care at all. If it's jersey number, I've been kind of looped into that group that now sort of kind of cares, only because I know that it affects the value on the secondary market. But 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, 1 out of 50, 1 out of 66, I don't really care. Color Blast Nikola Jokic 2021 Pop 2 BGS 10 does $15.30. A really weird card here. It's a Dominique Wilkins superfractor, 15 years after he retired or somewhere thereabouts. $1,710 for that for that finest superfractors 1 of 1 die cut. Interesting sale right there. We got a chronology. Kevin Durant 2007. This is a rookie auto on card white Sharpie or silver Sharpie 1,740 for that BGS 8.5. And then we're gonna look this up because I put this up on Instagram, and by the way, if it looks like I am on crack cocaine, I promise you I am not. In Louisiana, just to fill you guys in, and I'm sure there's other climates that are like this. It was 33 degrees on like Friday, then it was 77 the next day, and then this morning I got in my car, it was 35. None of those numbers mean a lot to people that live in Wisconsin or live in, South America, but dude, 40, 50 degree weather changes at 50 years old with my sinuses is like, it's not going to work. So my eyes look bad, like New Jack City bad, and I'm sniffing and I'm coughing. So bear with me. I am not using illicit drugs, unless you consider energy drinks an illicit drug. I use those every morning. As you can tell from the pace of my jargon here, 1996 Flair Showcase, Row 0, the Admiral, David Robinson with that brilliant, vibrant blue script down here. It just pops. The Legacy shit is so badass. I'm lucky to have picked up my third Michael Jordan Legacy collection recently. $1,800. These were serial number to 150 that first year, 100 the next year. The Row 0 is one of the more highly sought after. I've got it pulled up in Card Ladder. This is a Pop 9 and a PSA 9 with no PSA 10s in existence. Let's check it out. I've got it here. I've got it sorted by the highest price ever paid for this card, and guess what? That was it last night. Somebody clicked the button and bid it up to $1,800, about 50% higher than it had ever sold for at any point in the past, which was only 2 months ago. So monster sale, and the PSA 9 sold for 50% higher than the BGS 9.5. That was the last sale. By the way, I don't even have grade factored in here. So the PSA 9 is the highest price ever paid for this David Robinson. Right next to it, just to keep this in perspective, right? For those of you out there who collect MJ, who collect Kobe, who collect LeBron, who collect Curry, who collect these legends, like these badass, big-time, great players. David Robinson is one of the 10 greatest centers that's ever played basketball. There is absolutely no way anybody can deny that. MVPs, titles, he checks all the boxes. He's an absolutely impeccable human being off the court. Very collectible dude with a very fun game. College legend. Just go down the list, accolade after accolade. He checks every single freaking box you would ever want in a true big man. But look what I've got here. $1,800 for the David Robinson is the most ever paid for his Legacy Collection Row 0. Michael Jordan has sold for $43,200. So a little over 20x. Let me know what, about 23x, 24x, something like that. Let me know what you think about that margin. Is Michael Jordan 23 times more valuable than David Robinson? Here's the deal. There's probably 150 Michael Jordan collectors for every one David Robinson collector, and so that's where we get into that interesting supply and demand analysis to figure out what that true saturation point is. Next, we do have a Michael Jordan card. It's a 1997 Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor number 9. I'm lucky to have this one in the 10. This PSA 9, which is maybe the oldest label I've ever seen in my life. I think Babe Ruth made this label with a typewriter from my high school typing class. 1997 Bowman's Best Michael Jordan Atomic Refractor number 96. PSA 9 sells for $1,830 last night. That is up from the sale about a month prior, but about on the number from the day before the month prior. So you're looking at a card that's somewhere between $1,800 and $2,000. It's been as low as $1,200 and $1,300 in the calendar year of 2023. Sorry, it looks like a card that's kind of settling in between that $1,800 to $2,000 mark. Would a new label have mattered? I don't know. You guys tell me. Would a new label have changed the value? Would it have gone over $2,000? I don't know. That's another question to go along with. Would you prefer a card that's serial number numerator 1 out of 50 or 1 out of 199? Would you prefer a PSA new label? People talk about this all the time. The grading standards are more stringent right now than they were back then, but it's my understanding, can't I just send this old label in and get a brand new label? And then does that like magically increase the value of my card? They don't change the grade. I mean, if I send this PSA 9 in and say, put me a new label PSA 9 on it, I'm pretty sure PSA does that for a fee. So if that were the case, it seems like everybody would know that, and everybody would just go buy up a bunch of old label cards that are selling for a lower number. Just go pay PSA to slap new labels on it, and then come back with some fresh labels. I don't know. I guess you could always look at the cert number, because it's my understanding. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know this, but I thought I read if your cert number is on this one 022-93944, and I say, you know what, Nat Turner, I'm sending I'm sending this out to Santa Ana, California. PSA, I want you to put a new label on here. Well, they'll put a new label on here with the logo and the hologram and all that crap, but it'll be the same cert number. That way a person searching will know still when the card was graded. I think ultimately it's not the label that people, value or devalue. It's when the card was graded, because it is an undeniable fact, 100% undeniable fact. I'll fight anybody that says otherwise. PSA's grading standards are significantly different today than they were in 1999, 2005, 2010, even as late as 2018. Trust me, I know it. I got the gem rates on my submissions to the hundreds to the thousands of cards submitted to prove it. Kobe Bryant. In fact, how about this? Comment below if you don't think PSA grades harder today than they did 7 years ago. If you don't think they grade harder than they did 7 years ago, please comment below. I'm just curious to see the comment and who makes it, and then what the other people that read the comments are going to comment to that comment. That have any experience grading with PSA. Kobe, 1998 Upper Deck game jersey, BGS 9, does 1890. Kobe White, somebody's striking while the iron's hot. Kobe White's had a great season, man. Zach LaVine was out there for a good bit. Ayo Dosunmu has turned out to be a not very good NBA player, and so Kobe White's getting reps, he's getting volume, he's finally settling in. I think, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Kobe White was the leading scorer in the history of North Carolina high school basketball. I don't know if that record still stands, but I'm pretty sure he's numero uno. Someone out there correct me if I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm misremembering like Roger Clemens did, but I'm pretty sure he was a North Carolina high school legend and scored the shit out of it every year in high school, and he might have played like 6 years of high school. I don't know, but this is a Panini Flawless Horizontal Platinum 1 of 1 BGS 8.5. I think Kobe White, we're trying to figure out, is he one of those franchise lead guards? Is he a Tyrese Maxey? Is he a Tyrese Halliburton? Is he a De'Aaron Fox? Is he an SGA? And again, those are some of those guys are all NBA guys, but like, is he that guy? Is he a foundation piece at the point guard, or is he Ben Gordon? Is he that dude that gives you just crazy electric buckets and energy off the bench? Right now he's getting the ball and he's doing some crazy shit, and his numbers are going up and his efficiency's up. Somebody to check out for sure. 2017 status, Kobe Bryant Elite Signatures Gold PSA 8 goes for $1,950. There it is, serial numbered 1 out of 10. Math nerds around the world are rejoicing. 97 Fleer Thrill Seekers Jordan with that scope pattern in the window pane background. Always love this little symbol down here, the logo for the Thrill Seekers. This PSA 9 Jordan Thrill Seekers goes for something, somewhere, somehow. There it is. It's a pop 70. And I show you this graph for a reason. I wanted to kind of bring this to the attention of the Card Ladder folks. I wish I could click on this dot and make it go away, because it's and I know you can just kind of do your best to like ignore it and cover the screen or whatever you got to do, but like, that's not real. I don't care what anybody says. Even if it did get paid, it really doesn't factor into my decision making if I was looking at buying a PSA 9 Thrill Seekers. I don't know about you guys, but a card, from $1,900 to $3,000, in a couple weeks, and then back to $3,000 or back to $1,800, $1,900, $3,000, $1,800. I'm ignoring the $3,000. So I wish there was a little eraser icon where you could click it, take out the price point, and then it would recalculate the rate of growth and all the real dollar change and all that stuff over here, and you could have a more modifiable, digestible graph eliminating bullshit stuff like this. And I know Card Ladder tries to eliminate that, but there ain't no way the folks at Card Ladder, they're just not staffed enough. It's like the IRS in the United States. They can't possibly oversee all these bullshit sales and determine what is and what isn't real. That ain't real. I don't care what anybody says. So I would like to be able to click and then kind of remove that button from the equation and then look at the graph, because it would look very different. Nevertheless, 13% rate of growth for this PSA 9 Thrill Seekers over the last 1 year for that Michael Jordan card. So good to see there. A couple Jordan cards we've seen that are running up, and that won't be the last one that I lost in this auction. A really cool Dr. J. Julius Erving, Hall of Fame, inducted in 1993, PSA 7, Auto 10, 2,130, and it's got a PWCC A sticker. Pretty impressive card, needless to say. Then we've got 3 Luka Doncic Immaculate Rookie. These are called the Collection Moments. They're serial numbered to 99. I don't know what the deal is, but there's a couple variations. Those two look to be a little bit different photo, and then this one obviously is wearing a different color jersey, so I don't know what's what. I don't know how many moments there are, but 99, 99, 99, all NBA certified, all go for $21.90, $21.90, and $23.10 respectively. We got a 1981 Topps Kevin McHale shooting over Elvin Hayes. I think that's the great Wes Unseld in the background. I didn't even know Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld were playing in 1981. I sure as hell would have thought those guys had retired by then. Man, the Bullets must have sucked because those dudes would have been old as shit by then. 2,340 for that PSA 10 McHale. That's a set collector there. I don't think it's a McHale collector because that's not his rookie card, so probably a set collector. And I did look that up on a graph. I'm not going to pull it up, but that's kind of right on the number. That card's been steady over the last year, 2 years. 2018 Contenders Ball at Waist autograph playoff ticket. Can't even fit all the words in here because there's so many variations of Contenders crap. Serial number to 65. The PSA 8 does 2370. Shaq Jambalaya 8. I was really surprised. We're going to look at this together. 2,640. This is a big card. I think one of my good friends down under actually won this card. I might be wrong. But here it is. 2,640. Down from 2,800 last month. Down from 2,880 in March of this year. Way down from June of 2022. 4,000. Way down from 2021, not surprisingly. So this is a card that has sold for less 1, 2, 3, and now 4 consecutive times. And so that being said, I like the pickup. It's an unbelievably beautiful card. I love the pickup. If we click it, you can always go into the pop report for any cards that appear in sales history that are graded in Card Ladder. You're talking about a card that's not even been graded 100 times. The card itself has not even been graded 100 times. We know the pack odds on jambalayas are around 10 grand. I'm sorry, not 10 grand, but 10,000, like 1 in 10,000 packs for your particular player you're chasing. I like that pickup. 2,640 seems really cheap for that important card. A PSA 8 Bird Magic rookie card does 2760. I remember when those were over $10,000 each. A 2022 Bowman University Victor Wembanyama PSA 10 with his little French gear on here, right here, does $2,880. I do pull this one up for one reason in particular. I want to show you. It's down significantly from the last sale, but you got to look real close. The last sale, and this is another question for you guys that are watching this video, on January 9th, 5 days ago, this exact same card sold for $4,110. But I want you to take a look. Notice card 10, auto 10, right? I know a fancy picture with this redemption thing. Who cares? Card 10, auto 10. The card that sold last night on PWCC Weekly, only card 10. No grade for the auto. Maybe it's because that long line under there, they thought that might cost them a 10 and may come back a PSA 8 or 9 or something like that. I've heard PSA is getting more and more strict on the autographs, but card 10 only, no auto 10. But look at the disparity, $1,220 difference in the price. That is something to consider. Let me know what you guys think. Is the 10 autograph worth that much money? Is it worth 50% of the value of the card? Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't collect autographs. Let me know in the comments your kind of general thoughts on a PSA 10 versus a PSA 1010 auto. Alperen Şengün with a real cool Nike patch here. Jokic Light, poor man's Jokic, right? We say that all the time. Poor man's this, poor man's that. This is a PSA 7 with a 10 autograph, 2,880 for that Şengün, serial number to only 5. Great looking card right there, by the way. I love the immaculate RPAs. I love the acetate. I love the vibrant color. It's just really good looking. Zion Williamson, horizontal. This is his horizontal serial number to 49. PSA 8, 10 for the auto, $3,000 there. Wow, that is a really ugly looking shooting form. That is horrific. Michael Jordan Flair Showcase Hot Shots BGS 8 does $3,000. We've got a LeBron James card I've never seen in my life. Second year LeBron, authentic patch, serial number to 100, PSA 7. Really cool looking, like Half logo patch does 3,120. It's a pop 4 and a 7, none graded higher than a 7. Wow, that's an interesting card right there. And then we got an SGA sneaker spotlight where he's wearing two different color sneakers, or shoes as we call them on Earth. 2018 Noir sneaker spotlight, SGA serial number to 99, PSA 8, does 3,480. I know there's some really cool set collectors out there of that set. It's a really, really neat looking insert set for sure. And then we've got a Logo Man Robert Parrish 1 of 1, also from Immaculate, PSA 7, does 3,600. The old standard Kareem PSA 7 1969 Topps Tall Boy rookie card. Of course, he was Lou Alcindor back then, 3,600. Legend out of Power Memorial High School in New York, and then of course UCLA, 3-time national champion because freshmen couldn't play varsity college basketball back then. So 3 titles for Kareem. 1998 Skybox Premium, that's Jam Kobe Bryant. You talk about a badass insert set. I got to touch this card and a few cards like this firsthand in this cross-country collection. I pulled a That's Jam Kobe Bryant. I pulled a That's Jam Allen Iverson out of this cross-country collection. Cross-country collection, what's that, Cajun? What do you speak of? What is this Cajun voodoo? Go check out the playlist on my channel. It's called the Cross-Country Collection. It's a fun little collecting, not little, big collecting journey you can take with me. Spoiler alert. I've recorded 84 episodes already. I know you guys are watching like episode 40 or whatever. I've recorded 80, so I'm through March, almost into April, and I've still got about 50 or 60 boxes I have not looked at yet. So it is an ongoing project. It's going to take me probably all the way through the National in Cleveland, Ohio in July. 1998 Skybox Premium, that's Jam. Let's get back to the card. This is interesting because the one that I pulled out of that cross-country collection was a little bit... had some surface issues, was a little bit scuffed up, and so I just decided to slab it PSA Authentic because I thought the red label, knowing it was authentic, matching with the red card, and it being a relevant enough Kobe card that it just deserved to be in a slab just for preservation purposes. The PSA 10 here is a pop 28, and it's made a huge jump. So this is the second Kobe card we've seen take a huge jump. The new edition and now this from 2190 a month ago, less than a month ago, to 3720. That's a 100% jump. Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. Weigh in. Let me know in the comments. Up 79% from a relatively steady, $2,000 card all the way up here to 3720. I sold the PSA Authentic in the brand new PSA label that I just got back for $300. So I give you this question. Would you rather a pop 28 PSA 10 for $3,700, or would you rather 12 or 13 PSA Authentic? I don't know. It's funny. It's funny to think about. We got a 1961 Wilt Chamberlain PSA 5 rookie card. That's $3,840. Panini Eminence Black Mamba Diamond Gems Kobe serial number to 10 with that gold Sharpie does $4,200. Kobe Immaculate Patch Auto 9 does $4,200. The Jordan 1986 Star number 3 BGS 9.5 does $4,200. The Ho-Hum flagship LeBron Chrome Base 111 in a PSA 10 slab does $4,320. That is the state of affairs for that card. Here's some more ball at waist autograph. Luka Doncic. This one is not serial numbered. It is a PSA 10 and it does $4,444. That's a pop 6. So that's a little bit more rare than the other one we saw that was a PSA 8. We've got the Spencer Haywood right here with an interesting high neck on his, and he's got Haywood, which it looks like his jersey's on backwards. In fact, it might be on backwards. And I remember there was some licensing deal or whatever. Somebody told me the story behind it. One of these vintage collectors weighed in with some great information and education on why these cards look so stupid and why their jerseys are either backwards or say Haywood or whatever. I don't know. But this one with the silly script from 1971, a great set. PSA 9. There's only one PSA 10 out there, so this one does $4,560. And by the way, some of you younger folks may not know, go look at Spencer Haywood's numbers. His numbers were electric. He put up some serious digits in his prime, and then probably snorted lots of cocaine. 2007 Topps Chrome BGS 10 Kevin Durant. $5,400. These were serial numbered to $14.99. I'm about to take you on a journey, but you may want to be sitting down. If you own the card and you bought it in 2021, you may want to jump off a bridge, but watch what I'm about to show you. BGS 10 Topps Chrome Refractor Kevin Durant rookie card. Here we go. $5,400. It's a great sale. That's up from $5,000 just a month ago. Look, the card jumped $400, $360 from the last sale That's really impressive, but watch this. I'm going to click one button, and it's going to be the most frightening thing you've ever seen. I mean, this is scarier than the movie Saw. This is scarier than the movie The Ring. This is scarier than Nightmare on Elm Street. Watch what's about to happen when I sort by price. Oh my God, there's a person out there who paid $78,000 for this card that's worth $5,000 now. You could have bought 13 or 14 or 15 or I don't know, somebody else do the math, 14 of these cards for $78,000. You could have bought 14 of the 26 BGS 10s in existence for $78,000. These are the horror stories that scare the shit out of me and make me think that whoever bought that for $78,000 may not be participating in the hobby like we are. They may not be having as much fun as you and me talking about cards and looking at cards and buying cards and curating their collection. They may have been so badly damaged from the 2021 peak and then subsequent crash that they just leave the hobby forever. And so that's why I think it's going to take some time for the hobby to reset and for people like that to regain the confidence to come back in and have the balls to do this again. 76 Kareem All-Star Tall Boy PSA 10 is a Pop 9 card, 5,520 for that big boy right there. And the gold poor man's gold. This is the 2013 Select Draft Selections Prism Gold. It is serial numbered 1 out of 10. Here we go again. BGS 9.5, Pop 3, 5,880 for that Giannis. And then I want to show you guys this card up close. This is the Kobe Bryant 97 Ultra Star Power Supreme. This is a card that we talked about in the Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy. If you don't know what that is, go find the playlist on this very same YouTube channel. While you're there, go support the channel by reading the YouTube description while you're in there. But the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy, this is a tier 2 Michael Jordan card. It's a big time card. Very low pop, very difficult to grade, very low gem rates, very tough pack odds. The Kobe here sells for 5,880. It's a PSA 10, but I want you to take particular notice. This is the common flaw on this card, and I know because I have a PSA 10 Jordan with the exact same flaw. It might even be worse. Look where my cursor is up here in the top left. Can you see this like blue and silver foil streak where Star Power Supreme is streaking through the sky? Look at the very top left. That foil is gone. I think, this is my theory, they didn't just miss it and grade it a 10. I think that disintegrates when it's in the slab. In fact, there's 2 of them. Look down here where my cursor is, left of the word Kobe Bryant. Words Kobe Bryant, just right of the ultra symbol. It's missing right there too. I'm not a grader, but Stevie Wonder could see this, okay? That is a huge defect. That makes this card, like, if PSA is grading this card today, that's a PSA 6. And I'm telling you from experience, that's a 5 or a 6. It's not a 10. And I'm not saying this to disparage the buyer of this card. I'm not saying don't buy cards that are high grade. I'm not saying, it wasn't a good or a bad sale. I'm saying educate yourself, make your own decisions. But I think this type of damage happens post-slabbing. Now, the question would be, okay, Cajun, it flaked off after it was slabbed. Where the hell are the pieces? Where's the foil that flaked off? And that's a good question that I can't answer because I hated science in school. I like math, but I did not like science. But let me know what you think about this card. Would you value this card as a PSA 10 when anybody to the naked eye who's been in the hobby for any amount of time can tell it's really not a PSA 10. And again, I'm saying that, and I have standing to do so because I have a Jordan PSA 10 that is missing the foil. That would not be a PSA 10 if PSA graded it today. All right, let's get back to that 2013 Select set, and let's go gold again. We've got the gold Giannis here for $5,880. We've got just a regular gold Prism Select Steph Curry over here that sells for $6,300. Why in the world is a BGS 9 Steph Curry from the same set selling for more than a 9.5 Gem Plus Giannis rookie card? That doesn't make any sense to me. Let me know if I'm crazy. I mean, it's not like I'm a Bucks fan or I collect Giannis, but I'm not exactly the most objective, but like that doesn't make any sense to me. $6,300 for a Steph Curry non-rookie card, and this is Giannis's rookie card, and it's a Gem Plus, and this is a BGS 9, and it sells for more. I don't know, something strange going on there. This is Carmelo Anthony. Some of you may not remember, he's a top 10 scorer in the history of the NBA. This is a 1-of-1 Hot Prospects patch auto. PSA 8, autograph 8, does $6,300. And then here's a Steph that does deserve to sell for $6,900. I know it's sticker, but it is Prism, so you get what you pay for. BGS 9.5 Min Gem Gold, my favorite year Prism, by the way, 2013. Aesthetically, my favorite year Prism aesthetically. $6,900 for that Pop 4 Steph Curry. We've got a Michael Jordan PSA 8 that does $6,900. That's his 86 Fleer 57. And then we've got and by the way, look at the 8. That 8 is going to look better than the 9 that was the highest selling card on this auction, by the way. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Stitches in Time. This is a cool Michael Jordan card with apparently an all-star patch, my guess. Serial number to 25. This BGS 9 Jordan Chronology, if you click it, it'll probably tell you it's an all-star game patch, is a Pop 7. Serial number 25. BGS 9, $7,500 for that patch auto Jordan right there. Cool looking card for sure. Let's just go ahead and look at it. What does it say on the back? Let's just try to read it. It turns sideways. Game used, signed, there you go, has been certified to us as having been used in an NBA All-Star game. So I was right. The Bulls were never teal. That was back before the the City Edition and the throwbacks and the retros. The Bulls were never teal during Jordan's era. I can pretty safely say that they were never teal. So that was from an All-Star game. One of Dirk's best cards ever, but I will say this, Dirk looks like a Swedish pop star or maybe a Croatian club owner, entrepreneur who human traffics on the side in this picture. Nobody on planet Earth in 1998, including Dirk's mom and dad, would ever look at this picture and say, honey, again, I'm speaking from the perspective of Dirk's mom now, honey, our son is going to be the second greatest power forward that's ever lived. And that's what turned out. There's Dirk. One of the greatest titles in NBA history. This is one of his greatest rookie cards. The 1998 Ultra Dirk Nowitzki Platinum Medallion. It is serial number 2. Somebody explained this to me. A very arbitrary 66. Can anybody in the comments let me know why they chose the number 66? You see some arbitrary shit, but this is really arbitrary. This is a PSA 10, making it a Pop 4 boy band special. $12,600 for that Dirk. I've got this bad boy pulled up. By the way, that Jordan card jumped huge. Jumped from 59.40, 5,000, 4,500. It was on a downward trend, and then it exploded last night for 7,500. The Dirk last night just went bonkers. And again, it has not sold for 6 years. These are the types of cards, Pop 4, that we're talking about. It hasn't sold for 6 years. These are the results you see when cards don't show up more often than they should and when they find themselves in the hands of collectors. All time, it's only sold 4 times. There are only 4 of them in existence. And 1,500 in 2017, all the way up to 12,600 last night. The card number 1, again, typewriter, old school PSA label. The freaking cert number doesn't even appear on the label. It makes me wonder if it's even real. This is an horrific 9. This is a absolutely terrible looking PSA 9. That is the worst PSA 9 I've ever seen in my life. I just lost a friend. If you were the buyer on that, I mean, again, 13.8 is a great price, and let me show you why. But look, this PSA 8 is off-center left to right. This one's off-center right to left. But this honestly looks better to me than this does, and the label certainly looks better if we're going to get into that thing again. But the PSA 9 last night, can't look at the graph, remember, because if the card sells more than once on the same night, Card Ladder takes the average of the 2 sales. So a PSA 9 sold, this ugly one, on PWCC Weekly sold for $13,800. The same night, the card sold on eBay at auction, another PSA 9 that undoubtedly, I'll click it, looks better, sold for almost $3,000 more. So the lesson to be told is, once again, buy the card, not the grade, and there you go. Again, not perfect centering on this one by any stretch, but there's your card that sold for $16,500, and 4 Sharp Corners is a huge ass consigner. As you can see, they've got 434,000 transactions and a 99.9% positive feedback rating, so no issues there. 4 Sharp Corners consignment's a great consigner. That's where I built my PSA 8 and PSA 9 86 Fleer sets, and then this is the card last night. So just completely different looking cards, different label, old label, new label, just a much better copy. There's last night. Even the bottom left corner gives me some cause for concern. The top left edge and corner gives me cause for concern. A little furriness. This one, sharp edges and corners. again, not perfect centering, but not even remotely in the same category. Significantly better card. And so that's why you always got to do your research. Don't just look at the 9 and say, oh, the 9's down. It sold for $13,800 last night. Well, not really, because if we look at it, it also sold for $16,500 last night, and then $15,000, $14,400, $14,000, $15,000, $15,000, and then there's a droopy one down here for $12,000 on Golden, and it was $12,000. So it's interesting if we look at the general overall graph, and again, remember this is card ladder hedging and averaging. That PSA 9 card, which is pop 2,966, is up 15%. Over the last, what is that, month? Yeah, over the last month, 15 sales, up 15%. Let's expand out a little bit to make sure that's not crazy. Yeah, so down 5% over the last 3 months. Maybe people thought it got too far. Again, supply is not the only consideration. Demand is also a consideration. Very small number of people can possibly afford a PSA 10, and for that reason, PSA 9 becomes their PSA 10. It becomes the highest grade Jordan that 99.9% of the people in the world can and or are willing to spend money on to obtain. And for that reason, 2,966 is a huge number in population. Don't get me wrong, but let's not underestimate the fact that that card right there is the card that's more in demand than any card in the world in any sport. That's just my personal opinion. And I don't mean to say everybody wouldn't demand a 52 Mantle or a 33 Gaudy or a T206 Honus Wagner or, a Jordan PMG Green. Yes, those are in demand, but I mean attainable demand. Like that card right there is a card that not only is in demand, but will be obtained, whereas those other cards are pie in the sky, mythical, Sasquatch, four-leaf clover deals that nobody's ever going to buy. So as far as attainable cards that are in demand, no card is in more demand than 86 Fleer number 57. I don't care what anybody says. You can argue, you can fight me, you can drive down here and argue with me as much as you want, but I know that to be true. Let me know in the comments if I'm bananas and nutso. And again, this comes from somebody who sold all of his Jordan rookies except for 2. So anyway, thank you guys as always again for watching. Sorry, I sometimes get off a little bit off track, but let me know. Let's go back real quick because I always like to do this. Let's recap. So we got an 86 Fleer Jordan that wins the PWCC weekly auction again. Again, this is a relatively low-end weekly auction. Not a lot of big dogs in here, although this is an awesome Dirk sale right here. So Jordan, Dirk, Jordan, Jordan, Steph, Melo, and then we go Steph, Kobe, Giannis, and then to round out our top 10, we get Kareem lurking over there with those gigantic prescription goggles. So thank you guys as always for watching. Again, if you want to support the channel, if you think these PWCC weekly recaps are worth something, I'm asking you to go into the YouTube description, click on the PayPal link, and send a few bucks over to support the channel. It helps me going. I'm actually meeting in about an hour and 15 minutes with a young lady who might step in and sort of take over my social media marketing, branding, and kind of lead me into the future. And remember, I am almost a 50-year-old man who thinks in a pretty ordinary, old-fashioned way. So I don't know how to maximize exposure, to grow the brand, to do things the right way, to take steps forward with social media and marketing and branding. But she does. And so I'm going to meet up with her on MLK Day. We're going to sit and let me show her how I operate, how I make videos, how I make reels, how I don't have any time to do the things necessary to stay consistent on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And I'm sorry, I'm consistent on the videos, but as far as reels and snippets and shorts and all that stuff, I'm not the best. I'm trying, but I'm not the best. So I might hire somebody to take that over. If you want to help me pay her, what I'm getting at is click that PayPal donation link or buy or sell your cards on PWCC, which costs you no money out of pocket. If you want to know how, just go into my playlist on PWCC or go into the YouTube description. It's real easy. If you're selling cards and you want to try PWCC, one of these weekly auctions, and again, not all the cards are these monsters. I'm looking at the top 48. People are selling raw cards all over the place. They're selling not just Kobe White 101s. They're selling Kobe White, select courtside silvers raw. If you're going to sell some cards like that and you want to get out of old and get into the new and start buying again and recycle and keep some energy in your collecting, consider selling them, sending a whole stack of them to PWCC, raw, slabbed, or otherwise. Just make sure when you do it, there's going to be a field that comes up and it's going to say promo code. All you got to do is type in there Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, all capital letters, and the rest is history. And none of that money comes out of your pocket. It comes out of PWCC's share, and a teeny tiny fraction of it comes to me to help me pay for what I do, pay for the equipment, the software, the copyrights, the leases, and all that stuff. And then maybe I can pay this young lady to kind of take my brand to the next level. I'm excited about it, and hopefully it goes well. Again, one more thing, and I know I'm rambling. February 18th, there's going to be a Michael Jordan month coming up. Nobody knows about it, but it's about to come out. February 18th, there's going to be a Cajun cardboard branded weekly auction on PWCC. I'm super excited about it. There's going to be a Cajun cardboard collection filter with just my cards. There's going to be some chintzy little tiny baby Jordan cards from the cross country collection. PSA 7s, 8s, $12, $15 you can pick up for super cheap. There's also going to be some pretty big Jordan cards that appear in the Michael Jordan Cajun cardboard hierarchy. Don't worry, I'm not selling my unique big dogs, but I am selling some duplicates in that PWCC weekly auction number 18. So stay tuned for that as well. There's some really good stuff coming up. I will be talking much more about that in the near future to make sure you guys don't miss that. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you like getting these every single Monday morning, and then hit the bell icon so you get notifications of when new videos come out. And also, for some reason, I don't know because I don't really care about it, but for some reason, hitting the like button on my videos actually helps. So if you guys can remember to do that consistently, I truly appreciate it. 365 days in a year, but you're getting more than 365 videos a year from me. You can book that. It's happened for 2 years in a row, and this is the third year running. It's going to happen again. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, enjoy your MLK day, go spend some time with friends and family, enjoy your time off, and watch some basketball on the NBA. Thanks again. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.